It certainly is a strange time in history, and by the way, we are all making history now. So 12 years ago, I lost absolutely everything in the last recession, and I wanted to come on and explain a little bit of what I learned back then and how it's helping me cope nowadays in the middle of COVID and having to stay at home and business being slow, family members who have gotten sick and thankfully recovered. But I developed a few tools, or not developed, but I used a few tools back in 2008, which are helping me cope nowadays. And I just wanted to share them with you because otherwise I would not be able to be myself and be of service to others during these times. So one of the things I did in 2008 when I lost everything, I was divorced, I was on food stamps, I had no work, and we were not dealing with a pandemic back then, thank goodness. But I learned gratitude. I learned to write down 3 things every day that I was grateful for, and sometimes it was more than 3 things. And nowadays, today, I still use that, and I'm grateful that my family is healthy, that I live in a place where I can go out in the backyard, and that I still have work, and that I am able to communicate with people through social media. So those are all things that I'm really grateful for. Another thing that I do is I limit the news. I don't watch the news ever, not during a pandemic, before a pandemic, I just don't. And if I need some information, I know that I can go to the CDC or to WHO.com and find what I need to find when I need to know it. But staying glued to the TV or to social media, just watching stats of deaths or people getting sick is not going to help me, and of the recession or whatever is coming at us. So yeah, I definitely limit my intake of news because I find that it brings me down, my energy is down, and I can't afford that right now. So I don't do anything that is going to make me feel worse. Another thing is kind of focus on the present. Like, I'm a registered and trained yoga teacher, but that is not what makes me be able to focus on the present. What makes me be able to focus on the present is actually practicing mindfulness meditation, yoga, or sometimes some other type of physical workout every single day. I know it's really hard when you're not feeling well. I have been clinically depressed at least 3 times in my life. I've dealt with anxiety. I know how it feels. So because I know that, I also know the opposite, how wonderful it is to be able to do something that is challenging, that gets your endorphins going. And just to give you an example, my dad is 81 years old, and he is in Madrid, Spain. And in Madrid, Spain, people are not allowed to leave the house unless they have a dog. He does not have a dog, or has to go somewhere for something special. He does not. He's been home for a month, and so he, he's not exactly enjoying it, but he's making the best of it. And even right now, he recently tethered himself with some exercise bands to a door, and he was running and walking in place. So, even if you cannot go outside, there are many ways of staying engaged in the moment. I think it's good to pretend. Like, I like to play pretend. I've been dressing up and taking photos and putting my makeup on, not every day, but pretending that we are in a situation where, goodness, the whole you have, if you are at home and if you're not working right now, or perhaps you're working from home, there are things that we can do to make that experience better. Maybe set yourself a schedule, maybe do things for yourself that are really nurturing, and that could mean anything from keeping a journal to taking a bath if you can. My bath doesn't work as a bath, so I can't even take a bath. But I am grateful that I have running water, that I have electricity, that, and again, the ability simply to work out or sit on my mat and do my yoga practice. Another thing would be to stay connected. I am practically talking to my father in a different country. I'm in Florida and he's in Madrid, Spain, practically every day. And sometimes he's the one who cheers me up, sometimes I'm the one who cheers him up. So there's that. And if you have been affected by layoffs or anything like that and you live in the United States, then please apply for any kind of help that you need. I applied for food stamps 12 years ago and I got them for my kids, and that really helped me have this headspace where I was able to focus on redoing my career and taking my writing career online instead of looking for jobs that I was just not going to get because I was not qualified for them. I'm a kind of person that usually when things like this happen, I am more productive because it helps my brain to be engaged and create. Artists and people who are used to communicating or creating, this is how they and we cope. So if that's you, then make art, draw, paint, dance, sculpt, write, whatever it is, make videos, I don't know, whatever it is that helps you feel better, do that. If you feel like sleeping, then of course, by all means, sleep. If you feel like you need to explore creative ideas for the future, then do that. I don't think there's a right or wrong way to cope, but I think there are choices that we can make to make the whole situation easier on ourselves. And of course, if you need any kind of help, of support, reach out, leave a comment, reach out to a friend, to a family member, and remember that we really are in this together. I think if there ever was a moment in time where it's more apparent that we're all connected, it's now. So there's a bunch of other videos where I talk about mental health and physical health and all kinds of things. So if you want to subscribe to my channel, and if not, I wish you a very safe and sane rest of the year, really.